What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Excited to have you guys with us. Thanks for stopping by right here on the Betting News Network. This is your Bet Espresso. That's Shaggy Bets. Looking crispy today. That's Vsauce. My name's Sweatpan Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here. Thanks for stopping by to finish off your Monday. The dog days of summer are here, but don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We've made it to this particular point. The last 2 summers, getting through the entire summer of having shows every single day, always was a little bit of like a, are we going to be able to do this? But actually, I'm not scared of this summer for some reason. I don't know why.
We found a way to branch out, WNBA, some MLB, unfortunately, in college football coming up, right? I know I'm going to get some win totals from Shaggy and Kobe here soon. So summers go by a little bit faster now with everyone here at Betting News.
Hey, Club World Cup, plenty of international soccer to keep me busy, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, by the time you're done with the Club World Cup, Shags, in like 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be swinging and talking football pretty much. You're going from football to football.
That's the way it goes.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Twitter, if you're watching us or X, or if you're watching us on Twitch, thanks for stopping by and hanging out to finish off your Monday. We're going to talk about the weekend, what we saw with the NBA Game 7, Finals Game 7. Talk a little bit about that. If anything else that we want to gab about from the baseball or from the soccer. Just kind of gab a little bit, and then we'll talk about our plays this evening. I've got a few plays on the diamond. Finally, totally jumped in the pool of the baseball. I was forced. I was gonna not bet today at all. I was kind of looking at the slate yesterday because NBA finished, and I was like, damn, baseball slate does look kind of tasty. There's a lot of games today. There's a lot of hot weather out all across the country. There's a lot of high totals on the board. You know what that means. Everybody's going 0 for 4, then I'm going to bet, and I'm going to be bitching about baseball later. But
more than likely,
128 home runs this weekend, most of any weekend so far this year, boys.
Crazy.
It's fucking summertime. The heat is cracking. The beers are open, and we are having a good time. Having a good time, SPJ. I'm glad you're jumping in the pool with us now.
I literally was like, all right, well, I got to do it now. Because I don't want to, WNBA is great. I was looking at the slate last night, and I was like, nice. I'll just, have a couple WNBA plays for tomorrow. It'll be great. And I looked at the slate, and I was like, well, that would be great, except there are no WNBA games today. So
makes it hard.
Monday's off, yeah. Big WNBA slate tomorrow. But we'll talk about the pitch. We'll talk about the diamond with you guys, cook up a little parlay for the vibes, and get rocking and rolling. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline Chat. This is a reminder to you guys, you got a few more days to go and deposit in your BetOnline account, or join BetOnline and deposit any amount to win one of these 2 Casa Dragones packages that are going to be sent out to one of you beauties. We've had a few people sending us DMs that they followed the instructions. I'll say it one more time. If you have an account already, you will be entered, but all you got to do is you have to send us a screenshot of the deposit. Obviously, if you don't have an account, then you'll be monitored on there for sure. But get after it. Go check it out. You got a few more days to win $100 dropped into your account, and you're going to win something from our store. It's a huge deal, and all you got to do is deposit to donate in the cake that we're going to give you guys. It's nice and easy. I don't know what else you need. So go check it out. Get involved with the QR code right above Mr. Vsauce's head, right there. Boys, shall we jump in and talk about the weekend? Shags, we'll go NBA Finals first. I know, did you watch any of the game last night? You were kind of with us on playback for a little bit. Did you watch most of the game or the whole game?
Oh man, I'm a sports fan. I'm not missing a game 7. So yeah, I sat down and watched it. It was exciting. It was an exciting game 7 for the most part.
It was. Apparently it was, and I mean, we've talked about viewership on the show previously, but apparently it was the most watched NBA Finals game since 2019, if you believe in TV ratings. So good for ESPN, I guess. Obviously, the big storyline was Tyrese Halliburton in the first quarter, tearing his Achilles. The more I think about it, and I kind of talked about it last night, V and I kind of live reacted to it, obviously, on playback, and the more I've been thinking about it today, it's one of the biggest what-ifs of sports, of our recent memory, because he was cooking in the first quarter. He was playing great, and I think that he would have had a lot to say in that game. The rest, all I could think about when they were down 10, and then I was like, oh, they're going to make a run like they have, and then I was like, they don't have their run guy, and then that ended up being the difference. Just a terrible situation for a guy that apparently is a really good dude. We've seen him ascend, and shout out to him, obviously, and again, shout out to the Thunder for winning the championship. But yeah, just left a sour taste in my mouth from that point forward, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really kind of sucked, man, to watch that happen. 3 threes in that first quarter. He was looking crazy, and it really deflated this Pacers team. They were looking really good. They came out fired up, and I was really excited for this Game 7. But it's unfortunate that it was decided by not decided by something like that. But you have something like that happen in what is supposed to be the best game of the season. We still got a great game. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 84 wins, one of the highest win totals of any championship team ever in NBA history. I think they're fourth now, joining one of those Bulls teams with Michael. This team was great. It was fantastic, but honestly, it's unfortunate that the biggest news coming out of this is the Tyrese Haliburton injury and the fact that this Pacers team coming off an Eastern Conference final, then an NBA Finals, is going to be looking at missing their superstar for the next maybe year.
This is the problem, yet there's no real way around this. Is when you have a superstar player in the finals situation of a series and they're dealing with some sort of injury, whether it's and it's the type of injury that's not like he's out. It's like the injury that you can either push through or figure out a way to maneuver. How many times do we see this happen? We saw it with Dame. We saw it with KD. We saw it with who else am I forgetting? Dame, yeah. Well, Jason Tatum, obviously. Yeah. Most recently, all of these guys push through calf injuries, and we see the dynamic of how that ends up going down. Luka luckily didn't have this happen to him last season, pushing through that calf injury in the NBA Finals, but ended up causing him problems down the road in the beginning of this season for the Mavericks. So it sucks to have that be the memorable moment. And Bill Simmons said it on their podcast, he was like, I don't think there's going to be an NBA Finals Game 7 where I'm not going to remember the winner as much as I remember the other team in recent history. You think about the Thunder, incredible season. MVP Shea also won the MVP, he won the MVP, regular season title. MVP, the scoring title, Western Conference MVP, and the NBA Finals MVP, joining only 3 other players in NBA history to do that. Shaq was the most recent one, and was it 2000, I think? But so, incredible. They did amazing things, incredible. But this run this Pacers have had, and then again, the what if factor of what if Tyrese Haliburton actually played that full game and was able to compete and, have that be the situation. So unfortunate, but as you said, Shaq, it was a great game. It really was. It was entertaining. Unfortunately, the Thunder kind of pulled away near the end like they have so many times this season. But it was unfortunate to watch that particular moment. And yeah, we talked about it on yesterday when we were watching, but did you notice this too, Shags? Did you watch with us on Playback, or did you go and watch it on ESPN?
I was just watching on TV.
Did you notice how many fucking times they showed that guy's Achilles snap? What are we doing?
They would not stop.
Yesterday was the perfect example of why ESPN has just completely dropped the ball on coverage of the NBA. And I continue to rant about this, but the way other games are covered with not only the commentators, but the love of the game, the infatuation with the players, that kind of thing has been lost in the NBA. And it's why we look at all of these guys as just regular hoopers, when not one of them is just some regular guy. Not the 12th man on the 30th ranked team is a regular person. These guys are all fucking NBA hoopers. They're fantastic, and I'm excited for them to be moving off of this ESPN bullshit next year. We can't and it's the other frustrating thing is we want to see the fouls that Shea is getting because everyone is frustrated. Either you want to say that, hey, that is a foul if you're a fan, or you want to talk about, wait, was that actually a foul? We can't get those replays, but for some reason we have to watch Tyrese Haliburton's fucking career low moment, the worst thing that's ever fucking happened to him physically in his life, again and again and again. It was fucking gross. They even posted on their Twitter. They never do that. They always shy away from these things, and then all of a sudden the clip makes its way to ESPN's Twitter account. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
User interactions. That's what drives today, and it's fucking weird.
It's really weird. Shout out to Tyrese Haliburton, though. I posted a thing today of TJ McConnell's post-game presser. They were all in shambles, obviously. You get that far. You also get that far. It's like a double whammy. You get that far in your season, you get to the last game, and then you have to deal with not winning, right? But then you have the double-edged sword in this situation of also your superstar player, your leader, your guy that everybody rallies around that loves. One of your brothers in battle is not going to be with you now for the next season. Not going to be all off season. Not going to be playing most of next year, if not the entire season next year. You got to deal with processing that information. And TJ McConnell said after the game that he was like, we were all so down, but he was the one that greeted us when we were coming down the tunnel. He was the one that was like, it's going to be all right. It's all good. We're going to be fine. Like the mental fortitude it takes to deal with catastrophic injury like that, and then to uplift your teammates in that situation instead of just being an absolute shambles, which is a very okay emotion. That just goes to show the highest level of leadership from a 25-year-old guy in the prime of his career. So shout out to Burton, regardless of what happens moving forward. Yeah, shout out to Pacers. Shout out both teams. It was a great game, great finals.
I saw a tweet on the timeline that said, in the future, can we treat calf strains like concussions, please? You know what I mean? Like a little calf strain protocol before these guys come back. Because even a guy like Steph, he was about to force it back if they forced it one more game and he was going to come play one more. Who knows what would have happened if he came back, right? It's happened now three times in this postseason. We saw 9, I think, or 10 ACLs torn this year. And it might be time to shorten the season, but we got a long summer to talk about that. I think maybe a shortened 70-game season would go a long way in terms of the health of these players, because they're playing at the highest level. They're the most athletic they've ever been. They're the fastest they've ever been, and offenses are moving at a pace we've never seen before. It might be time to say that, hey, 82 games is too many fucking games.
To broaden this out a bit further, which is, I think, an interesting conversation. And because we only have baseball and some soccer to talk about today, we got time. So,
and they did steroids. Sorry, just to respond to Stook. All right, you got drug tested at the beginning of the season, and that was it. That was it. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted for the rest of the season. Like, don't tell me guys like Patrick Ewing and guys like this were fucking, running the clubs and stuff like that, and also as jacked as they were. Come on, like, you get drug tested at the beginning of the year, and then that was it.
Just to broaden this out a little bit to all sports, because Shags, we were talking about this with soccer, and my dad's had this gripe with soccer for a long time. But I mean, these guys, especially like with the Club World Cup, when they're in the World Cup, when they go on international breaks in their regular season, they're off to fly and they're going to play, wherever, here, there, and everywhere. Like, these soccer players are also dealing with this type of stuff, and they've been playing since they were like 15, 14 years old professionally. A lot of them. That's why you see those careers sometimes break down when they get into their early 30s. You're not seeing those guys play as long as they did previously. It's true for like a lot of sports at this point. Football, we've seen a lot of guys retiring in their late 20s or early 30s because they don't want to deal with the possible ramifications of their bodies breaking down. It's just, we're getting to the point now where these athletes are at such an incredible physical level that we've never seen before. But the other side of that is like, when you have incredible athletic ability and you can do incredible athletic things, the injuries are just as catastrophic because of you're pushing your body past any limit that has previously existed. Do you guys think that there will ever come a point where it turns into a conversation about leagues getting shortening leagues, players getting involved with this conversation, or is this just going to keep going up and up and up and getting more games and more entertainment and more value?
I mean, that's what it's all about. More games, more entertainment, more everything. So, no, I don't think any leagues are going to shorten anytime soon. I mean, the NFL, one of the most physically demanding leagues, just added a game. They took away a preseason game, added another one during the regular season. So, no, I only see things expanding, even though I don't agree with it.
I'm on the other side. I do think it's going to go the other way. I don't think the NFL is going to set the precedent there by any fucking means, because, they do not treat their players as well as I think other leagues do.
Right.
But I do think that maybe in the NHL or maybe in the NBA, it might be time, maybe even in the MLB, 162 games. Like, we've talked about this with pitchers, right? Pitchers are throwing as hard as they've ever fucking thrown. You're getting 105, 106 on the regular. Those used to be guys that came in and closed and played maybe one inning, maybe 1.2, 1.1. Right. And now you've got guys like Skeens and things like that. Tommy John surgery is at an all-time high. Shoulder injuries are at an all-time high. And these are the kind of things that we're seeing in this league. But the one thing that hasn't evolved, we've evolved like the practice facilities, the way that we watch the game, the way that we practice, the drills, everything that we do. The only thing that hasn't evolved about the sport and any sport is the amount of games that you're playing. You are pushing the human body to its physical limits, and we have found new ways to push those limits even further. At some point, we got to realize that, hey, dude, a 27-year-old, a 25-year-old, both two Achilles, you got Tommy John surgery and 23-year-old pitchers. What are we doing wrong, and how can we correct that? Or just let the players do some steroids.
Or that. It's a good little ending. Well, and this is again the conversation of like these players. Your body is, and you guys know this as when you played sports, even though we're not all current athletes, like, your body needs rest, regardless of even if you don't have an ailment, even if you're just recovering from working out or something, the way that your body properly recovers is by resting. And these athletes, I mean, we've become so obsessed with social media nowadays with these athletes and their workout videos. Like, when you see a video of them on vacation at the beach, you're like, why are you not working out? You're getting paid millions of dollars. Why are we not working out? Like there's that whole thing of like, it's like I feel like it's got to be a 24/7 gig. And like, otherwise we're just thinking that these guys aren't working.
Somebody check this guy's ID. He's not 21. He's not old enough to bet. Kick him out of the chat.
See you. Yeah, I don't know how you solve it. Like, I don't know how you fix it, really. It's gotten to the point now with how we consume these games and how much we want, especially with betting, with what we talk about every single day. Like, the more the bet, the better, So it's like there is no going back at this point, I don't think. You can kind of pipe it down a little bit with some of the games, but like, I don't know. I think it's just we're just going to keep going down this road, and hopefully we don't see any more terrible injuries that are going to be when they're like 12 years old, but probably.
We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. Anything else from the weekend that stood out to you guys? We kind of got on a little bit of a little tangent about that. But Shags, I know there was some footy this weekend. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about with what you've been seeing with the Club World Cup?
No, not a whole lot of exciting stuff today. Or this weekend, rather. Game 3, match day 3, wrapping up today, or kicking off today, rather. Botafogo won their group by losing this afternoon. Paris Saint-Germain advancing as well. So those are the first two to advance to the next round. And then we got a Group A finishing tonight.
Nice. Has it been fun? You were saying earlier in our meeting that like that's gotten a little bit better the last few games, and then these next round of games as it gets a little more competitive have been a lot better. Because I know the first few were 10-0,
first matches were really stale and just terrible matchups on paper, tough to get any sort of value from books. So it's definitely improved through these later matches of group stage, but gonna get even better once bracket play starts. So excited for it.
Hell yeah, let's go. And also shout out LSU for winning the College World Series.
This is true.
Yes. Yeah.
Crutch, what about the coach getting kicked out in the first inning? What's your take on that? I need a educated take on that, whether that was okay or not.
Yeah, because I have no clue. It went everywhere. I like the guy that was spinning his beads.
I don't think he did anything to warrant getting ejected, but he must have said something. So
was that the one where the ref took a tumble?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He sent the ref tumbling. Come on.
Well, no, he fell. The guy tripped.
The guy tripped, and like you're allowed to get your word in with the ump.
Absolute ump show. I fucking love you, Crutch.
You're allowed to get your word in with the ump, and even once you get tossed, it's like, all right, now I got nothing to lose. I'm coming at you.
Now you get your money's worth, right? You get your money's worth.
We can all agree that the spinning bead guy was definitely, you know what I'm talking about, right? That guy was a vibe. He was having a great time.
Another thing for the weekend that I thought was fun as fuck to watch, even though I was rooting for the Oilers, was this villain tour by the Florida Panthers and everything that's been going on. Yes, I fucking sucks to see fuck Matthew Tkachuk and fuck that rat Brad Marchand. But watching the clips of the entire celebration, the walking out of the club, the Sam Bennett doing the fucking Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not fucking leaving, right? To the parade saying, well, I don't fucking care. All of it was just fantastic to see. Back-to-back champs. You only see that so many times in sports. And I love how much they are just sliding into that villain role ready for next year. Because Connor McDavid's sitting there fucking pissed. Right?
Yeah.
You can be a villain like that too when you won back-to-back championships.
Exactly.
Same team.
Yeah. They didn't do this last year. This year though, they're like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. And playing their song "Pink Pony Girl," whatever it is, in the club and dancing to it with the cup.
Man.
Oh, top tier trolling, man.
You could just literally said "fuck Connor McDavid," like audibly just. Insane.
Crazy, man. Crazy. The NHL offseason, actually, there was some news today. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Trevor Zegras got traded to the Flyers, which is wild
been in
move.
shambles. I saw that, man. Shout out Fruity if you're
Yeah.
in chat, man. It's not been the best day. I know how it feels.
We're duckies.
Yeah.
God, well, terrible for Fruity 1-2 punch with the Pacers and the Ducks back-to-back days.
Yeah, he's on the timeline.
Yeah.
He's like, don't call, don't text. I was
Think
like,
of that. Ouch.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Big yikes. Yeah. Well, Zegers is now a Flyer. Flyers team kind of looking kind of fun with him and Mitchkov and some of those other pieces they got in Philadelphia. We'll
Did
see.
the Ducks get anything in return for this? Like, what was the point of this move? I don't really understand. Zegers was a great up and coming talent, was he not? Or not up and coming maybe anymore, but like
he's only 22 or 23.
Yeah.
They got like a bag of chips and a swift kick in the ass. I don't know
So
what the hell
fuck is going on?
I have no idea, man. I looked at it and I was like, that's all they did for Zegers? That's crazy. They got some draft picks, I think, and like an older player. They didn't give a lot. I was pretty surprised.
Ducks starting the tank early? Like, what is going on?
Man, I don't know. But yeah, Austin's in shambles too. Sorry, Austin. Also, Austin, I won't sell your vibes, but big vibes to you today, man. Austin has this is a big day in his personal life. So vibes to you, dude. Glad that you're here hanging out with us. Thank you for your continued support as always. He's a slacker from Jesus, as in Zegers. Okay, fair enough. We'll see if he's the northeastern slacker. In Philadelphia, don't let you fuck around, so we're gonna find out how he fits in that environment.
It's like a Luka Doncic situation. Maybe not to that same level, but like one team slacker, another team's 40 goal scorer.
100%.
Maybe
we're gonna find out. All right, guys. Great stuff on the weekend. It was a fun weekend, and it is truly summer now. It feels like summer. It's hot as balls outside. It is very much so summer, and we've got a lot of sports to talk about today. So let's get to it. Shags has got some stuff for you guys on the pitch. Like I said, B and myself have vibes for you guys on the baseball, on the diamond. Do you have any baseball, Shags? No, right?
No,
just
no baseball today. All baseball tomorrow. None today.
Nice.
Just a pitch.
Well, just a peach. Okay, well, take us to the pitch. You got a few more plays kicking off here in the next little bit. So you take it away. What are we looking at in the Club World Cup?
Yep, we've got Group A wrapping up, and it's really up for grabs. We got Palmeiras and Inter Milan both at 4 points on top of the table. Palmeiras up on goal differential on Inter Miami right now. Those two play later. And then you've got FC Porto taking on Al Ahly from Egypt. Both of them just 1 point. But miraculously, either of them could end up advancing. So motivation going to be at an all-time high all around this group. And you know what that means. We're going to take some unders. Starting with FC Porto and Al Ahly, we're going under 3 at -108. FC Porto is the better team on paper, no doubt about it. They are the bigger favorite in this match for a reason. But Al Ahly, their back line has been very, very good. They held Inter Miami scoreless in their opener. They only allowed 1 shot on goal to Palmeiras in their 2-0 loss. They dominated over 65% of possession in that contest. They just failed to produce anything offensively. FC Porto, they were on their heels their entire match against the Brazilian side, and against Inter Miami, they only scored from a penalty kick in the 8th minute, and then were unable to hold that lead. Ended up losing. Have not scored from the regular field so far this tournament. And I don't know if either are going to tonight. FC Porto, Al Ahly, we're going under. I do think FC Porto wins 1-0 just from a motivational factor. They are the much better side. I think they'll find a way to win, but we're definitely going under in Porto and Al Ahly at -108, under 3. Group A. Boom. SPJ, mute counter. Gotta love it.
Yes! Yes!
He's on the board before you, V.
Indication!
This is what I get for not wanting Shags to deal with my clicks of my mouse behind the scenes.
You're a very polite man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Chat doesn't want to hear the clicks. I don't want to hear the clicks. And then I forgot to unmute myself. I can see how it happens to you, V. But the funny thing for you, dude, is that when you mute yourself and then you tap the microphone, you double mute yourself. Like that's the road to the overkill part.
Different.
All right, Shags. I know you got another one in the other game tonight. And we're gonna put one of these in the parlay today. So
I think I like this one better. I think I like this one a little bit better. You've got 2 teams playing for the group. Palmeiras and Inter Miami both at 4 points. This match will decide the group, but both of these teams can move on with a draw. If they make one pass, play patty cake for the other 90 minutes, both teams will advance. Nobody needs to do anything. But that would mean Palmeiras is on top with that 1-goal lead in goal differential. So Inter Miami, in order to top the group, they need to win. They do just need the 1 point to move on. I don't expect the Brazilian side to change up their style, even though they kind of control this game in terms of the advancing situation. I think they're going to attack, and play their style of soccer. But going up against Inter Miami, who presumably will be as aggressive, they're going to need to defend as well. Things could get tricky if Alalis does pull off some miraculous victory, because then Palmeiras will need a win to advance. I can get into those scenarios in my scribbles if you want to check them out. But I do think Inter Miami is going to focus more on not losing. They don't need the win to advance. They just need the draw, but a loss really puts them in a bad position if something goes crazy in the other match. I think they might come out a little extra defensive in this game. So we're going under 2.5 in this game, paid -120 for it. We also might see Messi sit. I'm not totally sure because this game is back in Miami, but the guy's played 90 minutes already in both matches so far in this tournament. He's getting up there. You know, he's not as young as he used to be. And you're basically guaranteeing yourself an advance if you can just hold on for 1 point. So resting him here would give him kind of an extended break before the round of 16. Regardless, I don't see very many goals in this game. I think both teams are going to be extra conservative, knowing a draw gets it done for both of them. So under 2.5 for Palmeiras and Inter Miami at Hard Rock Stadium tonight.
Just no bangs.
No bangs.
Lots of two no bangs from you today.
Yeah, call the
boring
no fun
snooze
please.
Fest. Yeah,
exactly. Call them no fun, please, because no fun is happening tonight. Under in both matches. No bangs.
Also,
No
Gerald
bangs.
saw the absorbent amount of seeds behind you.
Bruh. What do you want? Sour cream and onion? Ranch? Garlic parm? Lemon pepper?
My mouth is watering.
Barbecue? Oh, that's not enough for you?
Oh,
got 'em all, baby.
on the floor.
And you can too. 10% off, code VIBES. SmackingSunflowerSeeds.com. I have way too many bags. I need to start eating more sunflower seeds.
I was about to say, you have all these bags. You need to start cracking into some of them, man.
Dude, I mean, like, I didn't have that many. I guess cheddar jalapeno can stay out since I gave those away. But yeah, I got to start downing some seeds, man. I got.
Do you have a favorite of all the flavors so far?
Right here.
The garlic parm.
Right here.
Oh wow.
Right here. Right here. Right here.
I'd say.
Or.
Just
right
seeds.
here.
Seeds is his favorite. Just seeds.
Right here.
Yeah, the one you ordered the most of. Nice.
Honestly, barbecue underrated. Wish I had more than this one bag.
So that's your top. That's Shaggy's top 3.
Yeah, there you go.
We still haven't gotten V's content about it because I still don't think that he has figured out how to eat seeds.
The one bag is open and it's been sealed since the day that I bought them and couldn't figure out how to eat them. I'm going to do it, chat. We're gonna go on this journey together. Don't worry, I will film it. I will film it.
You guys are talking baseball. I'm getting in the mood.
There it is. There it is.
Sour cream and onion down the hatch.
I would do the segment, but I have literally just OG, and I don't want to do it with just OG ones in my mouth.
Okay,
so.
that's okay.
You're doing it. You got it. And we did the little promo, so that works. I'm too bad at eating them, Jamie.
You get a cool box too, obviously, as you saw.
Yeah, you do. And they come. NZ was pretty pissed off but I think I need to talk to NZ about where he lives because every time he gets mail, it takes forever, and I'm like, maybe it's your house, not
Here's how to move,
everybody.
brother. Here's how to move.
Let's get you out of there. Yeah. All right. Is that it on the pitch, Shags?
You guys are back tomorrow with more.
All right, now let's go. Tap in with Shags if you guys want to keep rocking and rolling with some day pitch stuff too. You have some scribbles usually earlier in the day from Shags talking about what's going on the pitch earlier in the afternoon before the late games. So it should be good vibes all around. All right, let's jump to the diamond. I have, like I said, I've got 3 plays, all player props. As you mentioned, V, lots of home runs have been hit. It's hot as hell outside. Lots of totals that are in the higher side of things. I'll let you lead us off because I see you've got to play or a couple plays as well on the diamond, and then I'll take us home. So take it away.
I do. First, let's start off in Minnesota where the winds are blowing out towards the outfield. You got Cal Raleigh. He has been on absolute fire. 31 home runs this year, fastest catcher to ever reach 30 home runs in a single season. The over 1.5 total bases at plus 100 against Bailey Ober is something that I am just really loving. He's got a career. He's 1 for 8 in his career against Ober, but that one hit was hit right over the fence. And this is a different season. Ober's having one of his worst seasons. He's having a 4.68 ERA. He's given it up to right-handed batters, and he's given up 14 home runs this year. At home, he struggled even a little bit more, and I think that Raleigh, as hot as he's been in these weather conditions in Minnesota, it's just I have to play it, and I think that the plus 200 is really indicative of what we're going to see tonight in the way the ball flies in Minnesota. So give me Cal Raleigh's over 1.5 total bases today. And then next,
Big dumper.
we're going down to Anaheim. Roman Anthony, over 1.5 total bases. The weather is fantastic in Los Angeles, and this guy has just 4 hits in 12 games so far this season, plus 145 going up against Koshanowitz. He's been really, really bad. He's given up 15 home runs. 13 of the 15 home runs have come against left-handed bats, and that's exactly what Roman Anthony is. He's supposed to be the guy that's here to replace Devers. He finally got one over the fence. One of the 4 hits was for a home run. I do think that this is another similar spot here, going up against the righty in Angel Stadium with winds blowing out towards the right field. This just feels like the perfect setup for Roman Anthony to at least get the 2 bases. The home run might be a stretch, but at plus 520, from what I've heard about this kid, he can really let him fly.
Nice. I like this game a lot, which will be a softball because I have a play in this game too. But yeah, just one thing before, because we're gonna be talking a lot about baseball throughout the summer, and I've heard you pitch this so many times. It's Devers, not Devers. So it's Devers.
Devers.
Yeah. Devers.
See, chat, there's always somebody in some sport, except the NBA.
I like Devers.
Yeah, Devers.
Thank you, Shags.
Leave it to Devers.
Leave it to Devers. Oh man, yeah, good look though. And I like this game. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of runs in this one in Los Angeles. I know Austin's probably already riding the total in this one I think it was 9 when I was looking last, but I'm going to go with a little bit of chalk. But again, I haven't bet baseball this season a lot, so this is not really chalk for me quite yet. But I'm taking a guy who the other 2 bets that I have are more like trend backed and kind of like I'll read off some odds and things like that. This one actually just was more of I just don't really get the value in the odds based on how he's been batting. And I think that it's got to be something that you guys tap in with as well. Give me Mike Trout over 1.5 total bases, plus 105. The home run is plus 285. Walker Buehler on the bump for the Red Sox. He's had pretty decent success against Buehler. Small sample size, only 5 at-bats. Has hit one over the fence, though, batting 400. But he hasn't really been doing anything the last 10 games. He's been on a little bit of a slump. Why is his bases over 1.5 or plus 100? Like, why is his home run plus 285? I think we're going to see a lot of runs in this game. He was talking about it too, maybe from the Red Sox side as well. But I think the Angels are going to get a hold of Buehler. They all have really good numbers against him in the one outing that he had against the Angels. And he's been all right this season, 5-5 with a 5.95 ERA. That ERA is kind of a little bit on the higher side. So, yeah, I'm rolling with Trout here over 1.5 TVs, and I'm taking the home run for a little bit of a sprinkle as well.
SPJ, before you dive into your next play, just because I did dive into this, you can peep my thoughts in the scribbles, but I had a lot to say about Walker Buehler. He has been horrid this year since moving over to the East Coast, and he's been even worse on the road. He's given up almost 2.5 home runs per 9 innings on the road. His last road start came again on the West Coast against Seattle. 8 hits, 8 earned runs, and 3.1 innings of work, and he gave up a home run. And we know that's hard to do in that Mariners T-Mobile Park. So this feels like another spot where he's back on the West Coast. He's struggled on the road. He's not in Los Angeles, but he's pretty fucking close in a park. He's only played twice. In those 2 games, he's given up 11 hits, 3 home runs. And like you said, these guys really just slap it when Walker Buehler's on the mound.
Yeah, they've mashed him from what I was looking at. So if you like another Angel, it's a good match. I think the over again in that game is probably a good bet. Just the total itself.
Yeah, Austin dropped that in chat too. Hoppy has a home run. You got Ward has a home run against him. Trout has a home run, and all in like minimal at bats, 1 to 2 at bats at most. And Shawno's been killing it against righties this year, and Walker Buehler's really struggled. So they've got some, not as many lefties, but the lefties in the lineup really are some, really dependable guys. So I do even like the Angels tonight.
Yeah. I think if I was going to take it, I'd probably just take the over and just hope that everybody just goes bananas. But I could see that action as well. Okay, that's the later game. A couple of other plays are in some earlier matchups as well. But again, it's hot everywhere. There's a lot of 8.5s, 9.5s on the total side and all of them I think are in the 8 region, that's pretty. I think 7.5 is usually there's at least 1 or 2 out there. Not today. There's a lot of high totals. So I'm going to take you guys to Cincinnati. We're going to go to the Reds game, but I'm going to take a Yankee. Now, if you want to take Judge, take Judge. It's Aaron Judge. I'm not going to tell you not to take Aaron Judge, but I'm going to take Paul Goldschmidt. I'm going to take the leadoff batter for the Yankees in this matchup. Nick Lodolo is on the bump for the Cincinnati Reds. Paul Goldschmidt has 8 at bats against Nick Lodolo, batting .500, 4 hits. 2 of them are home runs with 3 RBI in that matchup. Getting the bases at -120 is really good value. The +360 is really nice as well if you'd like to sprinkle on the home run. That's kind of my only cap in this situation. There's a lot of guys in this game that have their bases are either very juiced or in situations where you think there's going to be a lot of runs here. Aaron Judge's home run is like +140, which, missed me with that. But really good success. Last point on this is Paul Goldschmidt in 73 at bats this season against lefties. He's batting .425 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs with a 1.251 OPS. Chad, if you don't know what any of those things mean in baseball, that's really good. Wow. So he is mashing. He's mashing lefties to start the season. So I'm going to get involved with Goldie today. Not somebody I've liked betting. Shags probably remembers from a couple of seasons ago when he was on the Cardinals. I could never get on the right side of this dude.
Never.
Ever. I literally would bet him and he would probably hit a home run the next day. But new team, I haven't bet him in quite a long time. So hopefully Goldie gets the job done for me today.
This is also a guy that's been really good in the Midwest against teams like Cincinnati. He's played his entire career there. So sometimes just, being in that kind of stadium, the kind of comfort that he has, it's no surprise he has the numbers against Lodolo that he does. Lodolo's a great pitcher. If you're like hitting well off that guy, you're in a good spot.
Just to answer this question, no. So, yes, he can, of course, get walked, but that does not count towards total bases. Total bases only is off of hits. I hate this rule. But if you want to kind of take his HRR, the hits, runs, and RBI, the benefit if he does get walked than if he could score a run, RBI. But he's probably going to get 5 at-bats. Like I said, he's the leadoff batter. I like the over in this game, too. I think that the Angels, Lodolo's on the bump. Who's on the bump for the Alan Winans? I don't know.
I think he might be an opener. I think it's Winans, right? Is that what you said?
Winans, yeah.
First start of the year for the New York pitcher. He's got 2 seasons with the Braves. Not really great numbers. Gives up a ton of home runs and a ton of contact. So I think he's also in a great spot if you want to target some of these big bats on the Cincinnati side. You got Ellie, you got Stevenson, you got Steer, all of these guys. Some big bats on that side. Friedel has been hot too as of late.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, De La Cruz was somebody that was the original batter I was looking at in this game because I was like, okay, this guy's not really got great. Who's going to knock him around from the Reds side? He's got 2 at-bats against him, and he's hit both times, and he hit a home run. But then I found the numbers for Goldschmidt, and I was like, I'll go this route instead.
Chad, I just wanted to go bet Ellie right now because of everything SPJ just said. He's going to just at least get the bases. So go tap in right now. Yeah.
Yep. And just had all that, and it's not going to hit. All right, so it's going to smack, and I don't have nothing on it. I'll probably end up sprinkling his home run because I don't want to be pissed off later. But
hey, look, you're not proud of where you're from, huh? You don't love your hometown, huh?
Sook, of all you guys, I think you and Sook are probably toe to toe on who likes their hometown more. Because
Sook lives in the Mideast of Canada. If that's what you want to, if that's how we're gonna name it,
Fair.
No, it's not. It's not Midwest. The Midwest is on the eastern side. The Mideast is on the western side. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Midwest north.
The north of the border, Midwest. Yeah, absolutely. All right, last one that I have. This is in the Braves game. So the Mets taking on the Braves. I know Colby really likes Soto. He wrote about that earlier. Chef also likes Soto. If you guys want to tap it with some Soto action, get involved. But I took a Brave in this one. This one is the one that has the most like stats that I can read you guys on why I like this particular bet. I'm taking Ronald Acuna over 1.5 total bases. I like his home run as well. My over 1.5 -115. Again, shop around chat. This is -140 in places to try to find the best value that you can. I love the home run at +320. He's hit this line in 7 straight games when he is on the road, and he's hit this line in 9 of his last 10 games against righties on the road. For some reason, he has been absolutely mashing righties this season. Do you know what his batting average has been this season, too? And 78 at-bats, obviously came back from the injury in the middle of the season for the Braves. 78 at-bats, he's batting .449 with 7 home runs and 14 RBI with a 1.307 OPS against righties this season. Absolutely smoking righties. Paul Blackburn, he's been really bad for the Mets this season. 0-1 with a 6.92 ERA. He's also 0-1 against Atlanta with a 7.32 ERA in that particular start as well. So I think that trend continues tonight. I think that this is obviously on the road, which is where Acuna is going to get going early. Top of the lineup, you're going to get 5 at-bats most likely. If you want to go with the HRR for over 2.5 for a little plus money, you can take that route. But I like the bases, and I do think that he can get a hold of the home run. I like the 2 hits, too. Usually is good for a single or a double in there as well. So I really like Acuna today, and I think that he's due for some. This is one of those ones that you look at it and you go, "Damn, he's due for an offer real bad." But I'm gonna just.
But not today.
Not today, though. Not today. I forget like jumping into like baseball really like super deep into it. Like I do like labbing baseball. I feel like labbing baseball is fun. I don't enjoy ending up watching the games that much just because like it's not really my favorite. But like I like labbing the numbers because there's so many games and there's so much data, the numbers number. Yes. You know, they match up with your cap. If you bet 100%. It consistently, like it's nice. Whereas like sometimes in other leagues, because there's not as many games, there's a little more variance involved. Like it's not as consistent.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely agree. I mean, you look at the NFL, you've got 17 regular season games. You're getting 17 games minimum a month in the MLB. You're getting closer to 20, 25, So yeah, you just have so much more data to work with in terms of different statistics and categories and whatnot, but then so many more data points just to give you that nice linear graph to find the old average, right?
Yeah. Well, and again, if you're betting baseball all year long, which we talked about this, with bankroll management and stuff, if you want to make money betting baseball every single day, you just got to make sure that you do it correctly. But you can find angles on like stuff that you can lock in. That's why I don't mind taking batters multiple games in a row.
Exactly.
How many times
we've
done this for so long, and you'll take a guy and he won't do anything, and then the next day he'll hit a home run. It's always the day after theory. So hopefully all these dudes do what they're supposed to do today, so I don't have to do that tomorrow, but you never know.
It's also hard to watch baseball for props. You either got to sit there and watch your batter come up at once every 9 batters, or you got to like sit there and hope your pitcher doesn't get blown the fuck up because you took a strikeouts prop. Put some skin on the total or on the over, and I promise you, watching all of those guys get left on base for 9 innings, that there's nothing more frustrating than that.
Yeah, big time. I don't know what I think batter total bases and HRR are my 2 favorite categories in total from betting a prop perspective. I used to like strikeouts, but for some reason, I don't know, I kind of got out of that. Like so many pitchers nowadays get pulled so early, like we were talking about with the injuries and stuff. Like it's so rare. I mean, I guess Skeens and like Scooble are kind of like a one-off sort of, but like everybody else, like they don't even make it past the 5th.
8.5. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing then?
Yeah, it's not as fun. You can snipe some lines every once in a while of guys like laddering up to 8 or 9 or something when they get to randomly go. But then, especially when it gets hot, these guys get tired faster. If they get blown up in the first inning, see you later. Whereas the batters, at least they're going to get probably 4 to 5 at bats as long as they don't get pulled for some random reason. So there's a little more hope regardless. And the best part of baseball betting, in my opinion, too, is it all can happen in 1 second. Whereas like you bet a guy's points in basketball or you bet somebody's yards in football, like, when shit's caked. Whereas like baseball, as long as they get one more at bat,
one swing of the bat,
you can never know. So that's always fun too. Yeah. All right. So there's some props for you guys if you'd like to ride out with V and myself. Yeah, it sounds fun. So doesn't it? Looks like literally puking by himself.
Might have to dabble. Sure, bud. Sure.
He's going to bet Vladdy. That's his first bet. I feel it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right, boys. We made it to the end. That's all kind of we have. Like I said, Colby's got some plays out there on bettingnews.com. You can go read his scribbles from earlier today. Some home run prop. I think he's also on Acuna. We were talking about it a little bit in our group chat. He likes Acuna as well. Like I said, he likes Soto. I'm sure he probably bet Big Dumper with you, I would imagine, if I know him. That's my that would be my guess from him. And I know you've got your picture. You got your sheet out as well, V? Or are you going to post it after the show?
Everything's dropped. Everything's on the timeline. Tap in with the scribbles, and let's just have some fun. 9 games. Roman Anthony. Come on, man. Come on.
It's Monday. There's a lot of baseball. There's only baseball. It's hot outside. Go get yourself a cold beverage and sit down and maybe watch a game or watch a movie and just hope that your bets cash. However you want to do it, whichever way around. And then watch some stuff on the pitch. You can watch the early baseball, and then you can finish it off with no bangs on the pitch.
Boom.
So.
No bangs in Miami.
We want lots of bangs in baseball, no bangs in the soccer.
That's how the parlay is going to go, chat. Right now, we're about to build it, and it's going to start with some bangs in the MLB. Then we're going to finish off with no bang city in the MLS, not the MLS, in the Club World Cup.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you said you like that Inter Miami play a little better, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The under.
Yep, under 2.5, minus 120 if you can. 3 if you want to pay juice and get push potential.
I'm seeing under 2.5 minus 125. It's not bad.
That'll work.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll work.
That'll play. Okay. V, of your batters, who do you like the most? You want to ride with?
Being honest, it's Cal. Yeah.
Right.
I love Roman Anthony too, but it's hard for me to want to put a guy with 4 career hits in the parlay right off the bat. You know what I mean? Let's just take the home run and sweat that out, chat.
Cal scares me, dude, just because he's just been so hot. But sometimes you just got to keep going with it, man.
Yeah, to just ride the hot hand.
Nothing wrong with it. All right, so Cal for 2 bases.
Mm-hmm.
All right, of the 3 that do we want to go with Acuna? Is that the one you guys like the most of what I talked about, or do we want to go with Goldie and have him sell our souls, or
Goldie?
Trout
No, I think.
Yeah, Goldie. No, I think we're going with Ronald.
Yeah,
right, Ronald McDonald. All right, so Ronald McDonald to take us home. Actually, I'm going to add Trout as a 4th leg because I really like Trout's. I think my favorite today because he was the first thing I locked in, and I'll be sad if he does well and I don't have that in here. So you guys can leave it at 3 legs if you want. It's plus 516 for those 3. That's not bad.
I'm down to put Trout in there. It's like a soft.
Okay.
Why not?
First day bet in baseball back in. If we do Trout for 2 bases.
Complaints to SPJ. The parlay.
My DMs will be flooded later.
Well, we always say that, and they never do. Chat's the best. Or I just have my DMs off. That might be it.
I was about to say your DMs are just off, dude. All right, so Cal Raleigh over 1.5 bases, under 2.5 in the Miami Palmeiras game. Acuna for 2 bases, Mike Trout for 2 bases, plus 1133. Not bad.
That's a spicy Monday.
That does the job. That does the job to kind of sweat something out to get the week rolling.
100%.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Let's toss some meatballs in the first half, and then the second half, no bangs in Inter. In Miami.
Yeah, can we just all these guys just go yard first at bat, and we don't have to sweat it out, and then just root for no goals.
We'll just cruise for 90 minutes.
That's all we need.
No big deal.
All right, like I said, plus 11. Sure. The summer's here, boys. We're here for sure. Three baseball players and a pitch play. But hey, we still found something for you guys to sweat out with us if you want. Under 2.5, Miami Palmeiras, Cal Raleigh 2 bases, Acuna 2 bases, Trout 2 bases, plus 1133. Bing, bong, bang. Good stuff, boys. Chat, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us today for your Betspresso. It's been a fun, almost an hour. We're gonna probably gab for a few more minutes and then we'll get out of here. You guys got any fun plans tonight? Monday night?
Nothing for me. I will just be chillaxing, relaxing, probably watching the Inter Miami game if I don't go to bed before. So that's what we got.
Be consistently refreshing the Score app and waiting for my batter to get up next.
Ayo. I'm not going outside because, even at 8 o'clock, it's still ungodly amounts of hot. So miss me with that.
I was doing a little bit of yard work this afternoon I was taking a break from, working, and I was like, I need to go do yard work. And I was weeding. Oh yeah. It's so miserably hot outside. It's a terrible for any type of outside activities, especially chores.
Absolutely.
All right, Owen. Yeah, sure. We can make something.
Who do you want to pair with Roman Anthony? Let's just balls to the wall. Fuck it.
I like the Acuna 2 hits. I like the 2 hits from Acuna. If we don't want to go all home run route.
Okay.
I'm down to.
I know that's got to be in the plus 170 at least range.
Yeah, most likely. I was gonna say we do. What's his name? V.
Roman Anthony.
Roman, Mr. Roman. Do you want to just take the home run, or do you want to take the 4 bases?
We could take the 4 bases.
Does he hit a lot of doubles?
No, he has 4 total hits in 12 games. He's batting 125. Like, honestly, we may as well just take the home run.
Honestly, yeah, that kind of sounds like
that just sounds like let's just take the home run. All right, home run then. 2 hits for Acuna, and then we're gonna go 2 hits for Goldie. That'll be a nice little 3-legger. So let's see.
If you really want to sweat that under and enter Miami 0-0 correct scores plus 700. So,
Shags, dude. Why do I want to add this so bad? Don't say these things, man.
You can probably go 2-1 in the first half, but no, it's not going to hit.
Yeesh.
But there's a reason 0-0's 7-1.
You also hit, did you hit 2 yesterday?
I hit 2 yesterday.
10 scores? Nice.
10-1 and 22-1. 3-1 on Real Madrid, and then Salzburg and whoever they played 0-0 draw.
Oh, that's fucking.
That 0-0 draw was plus 2,200. This one's plus 700. That tells you right there.
Yeah. It goes to show you. You're so sharp with those, man. I hope you sprinkle them every time.
When you write
about them.
But they always get sprinkled, just a dusting, but enough to celebrate.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be. Back when I was doing a lot of articles, I would get so mad at myself when I would write something down and then forget to bet it and it smacked. And I was like, I spent all this time doing this, and I don't fucking bet it.
Right.
Plus 40-34. Acuna 2 hits, Goldie 2 hits, Anthony Yabo.
Boom.
That's a nice 3-legger.
Yep.
That'll do the
like
job.
That.
Cup of coffee, chat. Sprinkle dinkle, however you want to do it. Roman Anthony for a home run, Goldie for 2 hits, Acuna for 2 hits. So probably one of the guys that I'm betting today is going 0 for 4. Don't know which one, but one of them is because I have them in quite a few random little parlays, and I'm going to get sad when I'm staring at it and going, yeah, welcome back to baseball, buddy.
Welcome back to baseball.
Welcome back to baseball. Cool. All right, lads. Great show. Chat, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us right here on the Betting News Network. Hope you guys saw today. Posted our new summer schedule. So go check that out. It's we tweeted it out earlier. We'll have a new tweet version of it tomorrow, and then it'll be pinned on the timeline as well. So be sure to check that out. You guys will see the entire layout. We'll still go live every single day. Wednesdays, we'll have a singular show. This will be your only show on Mondays moving forward right here on the channel. We got a big day tomorrow, though. 3 shows tomorrow. Huge day on Thursday. 4 shows on Thursday. For you guys, your dad's not very happy with the fact that we have the violence.
Yeah, he's gonna have to deal with it.
That was your dad on the timeline.
That's not a real complaint. Oh darn! I have to listen to more UFC talk. Come on now.
Well, the cool thing is that the reason we're doing it is so we can record it on Thursday, and then you guys can go listen to it for 2 days leading up to the event, so you have time to get involved instead of having to lock it all in on Saturdays. Actually, I was happy. There you go.
Goat dad, just the absolute goat.
Shout out Papa Shags. See, now he doesn't have to text you for Trissy's card. He can just tune into the Violence Report and get all the bets there. There it is.
Goated.
Goated, yeah. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok too. We're posting more stuff on Instagram. We're getting involved a little bit more over there. We'll have some TikTok content in the summer, getting you guys ready for the fall as well. So go follow us on all the socials. Go follow Shaggy Bets as always. Go follow Vsauce as always. Go follow me, Sweatpan Jesus as always. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for tuning into all of our content all over the place. Give us a follow on YouTube and on Twitch if you're watching us over here. We really appreciate it. Get all we ask. The content's free. Just hit the like button. or the subscribe button. And if you're feeling really frisky, a little Twitch subby is always nice too, but you don't have to. Thanks for BetOnline sponsoring the channel as well. Don't forget, chat, you got a few more days to get involved with the Castro Dragones giveaway. All you got to do is deposit into has your dad deposited into his BetOnline account to win some Castro Dragones?
You know, my dad, not a big tequila guy, so that's probably a little tough sell for him, to be honest.
He's got some great luck though with the betting news giveaways. He might just have to download.
That is true. No, we'll just have to talk to Dave and do a bottle of scotch next time, and then Pop Shags will definitely be involved.
He'll deposit 6 times. He's gonna ask how many. Is there a limit on the amount of deposits?
How many raffle tickets can I get?
Yeah, how many tickets can we get here? Well, he still gets $100 in the account and some swag, but whatever.
It's true.
It's all good. Good stuff, boys. Appreciate you, Chad. Thanks for tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Hope there's a lot of balls flying out, and I hope there's no goals on the pitch. No bangs. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be live in the morning or morning/early afternoon for Talk Your Talk. Mr. Marshall will be live for the pickoff, and then we will have the W talking about the WNBA tomorrow. So we got 3 shows for you guys rocking and rolling. So appreciate you being here, boys. Have a great Monday night. Chat, you came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Monday evening. We will catch you on the next one. Take it easy, chat. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Riding in the deep. Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about